That's why I'm your partner.
We're partners.
Partner. Jill. Jill! We were partners. We were partners. Yeah, sorry. It's nothing.
I thought that video game developers knew what they were doing, but in comes Resident Evil 5 to wreck my naive assumptions. What was this game made for exactly? I love the Resident Evil 0 through Veronica and even thought 4 was a much needed change of pace for the series, but RE5's endless zombies and B-level action pander to the Uncharted and Gears of War crowd. Only those people won't like it because of baffling design choices that stand in the way of you in killing zombies. At least the graphics look kinda pretty. Back in my day, Resident Evil was best played at 3 o'clock in the morning with the lights off and a plastic bag underneath you to catch that brick you just crapped out. Resident Evil 5 is like going to a summer action movie without any popcorn. I could illustrate it with words, but I was always told that showing trumps telling, so here we go. This is your average action scene from Resident Evil 5. It's technically survival horror since the multitude of zombies make you fear for your virtual life, but it's not abject terror. Just heightened nerves from the prospect of being forced to reload the game from a checkpoint a few minutes earlier. Now let me show you a typical action scene from the first game. Boring, right? You can't even see half of what's going on and the zombies move like a steamroller, your character pivots awkwardly and rarely shoots where you want it. But actually experiencing this felt 1,000 times more terrifying than any moment in Resident Evil 5. That's because the limiting camera angles and frustrating controls make you sympathize with the characters in the game. Anybody, even a trained policeman in a special forces unit, would freak out in a mansion crawling with the undead. You fear for your life because one single zombie could end you and the game. Not so in Resident Evil 5, where nothing but a literal truckload of zombies represents any kind of danger. The only thing holding you back is an inventory clearly inspired from previous games, but only serves to annoy the casual player that doesn't want to worry about their herb to bullet ratio. And sidebar with me for a minute, but what exactly happened to Chris Redfield? In the first game, he's an average dude that looks like any cop that hasn't overindulged on the donuts. Resident Evil 5 Chris is a hulked up roid rager with a head the size of a basketball and a neck to match.
I'm no superhero.
Perhaps he fell victim to RE5's disease, hypercharging everything to AAA levels of excitement. You're not facing zombies, you're facing extreme zombies. I hesitate to even call them zombies since the old undead walk pretty slowly. The zombies you'll encounter in RE5 move much faster and are incredibly intelligent killing machines, ironically less scary than their dumber predecessors. Even with supercharged abilities, it still takes massive waves of them to threaten you. The lowliest zombies in RE1 could kill you pretty easily. Not so with Chris Redfield version 5.0 that comes with upgraded knifing abilities. And another thing, the game takes place in West Africa and eventually these guys show up. I know that the developers are Japanese, but you'd think someone at Capcom would pipe up and mention just how bad it would look to insert literal spear chuckers into the game. Not even your sidekick Sheva remains immune from similar tone-deaf design choices. She sports a tribal tattoo usually found above the ass crack of a woman who couldn't find Africa on a map. Also, she can wear this. As a companion, Sheva most usefully functions as a pack mule since the AI is too dumb to provide any kind of effective fire support. At least you can call in a friend for some fun co-op play. And really, that's what the game is. Fun. Despite everything negative I have to say about the game, it can be entertaining when not shoving in a cutscene to push forward the mediocre plot.
You ever get the feeling you're expendable?
If Capcom slapped on any other title than Resident Evil, I would say this is a decent action game encumbered with clumsy controls and a frustrating inventory system. The graphics shine many years later, however, this still doesn't make up for what is supposed to be a Resident Evil game. If the developers were trying to make a scary experience, they failed miserably. Hordes of zombies don't frighten me when my partner works as a living defibrillator and I have biceps the size of a turkey. There's a difference between tension, panic, and fear, yet the developers mistake them all as the same emotion. You'll always feel tension as you walk the dilapidated streets of a fabricated West Africa, and panic when your gun runs out of ammunition. But as my Jeep careened over a broken bridge, I was not afraid. I only thought that whoever developed this game watches too many Michael Bay movies. A dog jumping through a window sent me into greater shocks of fright than a giant scorpion bat. Consider that, Capcom, when you decide on the future of Resident Evil. Oh wait, you screwed that one up even worse. Thanks for watching, and mahalo.